What's crack-a-lackin' Challenger? I'm your host, James Morelan. Today we will be talking about my 10-gallon Nano Aquarium, which is right here. So let's get into a short cinematic, and then I will talk about the tank and what's in here and just how I got it.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do?
Ooh, that cinematic was amazing. So as you can see, this is the tank right here. I really like this view. I mean, it's just a really cool tank. I think it's like the branches fell down and stuff. That's really cool, as well as there are like quite a few plants, but you can see something that's been kind of annoying in this tank, and they're actually these bladder snails. Now, I have so much I even have to sell them to get rid of them. They're all in my tank. They're pretty good. I mean, they help get rid of algae. You can't really see any algae in this tank. The only thing is they breed like crazy. As well as, guys, I actually have worms in my aquarium, which is horrible, and I've actually been feeding my shrimp and snails less, as well as I've implemented this little feeding dish because the food will stay in there, and the worms won't have as easy access to it, so it'll be harder for them to eat. But you can see tons of the snails just going around. You won't see as many shrimp in here just because they usually hide. Now, one thing I want to get for this tank is actually some nano fish, maybe some endlers or something. I kind of want to get something cool. Yeah, I'll have to figure out which one later. But let me just talk about the scape in general. So this is manzanita wood. So I got all of this when I was doing a workshop. I'll actually talk about that, I think, later in the video. I did a live stream when I was aquascaping this, but you can see how it looks. I've never really used manzanita driftwood, and I actually glued moss onto it. So that's one of the first plants we have in here. You can see, I think it's two different types of moss, and I used super glue to keep it stuck to the bottom, and it's actually been growing really well, and it's been spreading out because of the light at the top. And shout out to everyone that drew fan art. It's lit. So the stone in this tank is actually dragon stone. Now, I decided to do something really cool right in the middle area, which is kind of have a raised platform. Now, this raised platform I've never really done before. You can see it's a little bit taller than it is down there. And I used some dragon stone kind of to separate it, and I think that looks really cool. And the other plant in here is Rotala. Now, this Rotala was grown up in a tissue culture, so I didn't get that much, but I got it when I was like this big. So it's actually grown quite a bit, and I'll actually probably have to do a trimming and spread it out a little bit. And you can see some in the back. Now, the dragon stone, ooh. But you can actually see this dragon stone, and this dragon stone is just, I crushed up a little bit in the front. They didn't give me this much when I was at the convention, so I actually crushed it up when I got home. And I spread it out, and I think it makes it look like it's holding down the wood. I think that looks really cool. Originally, you could see the base of the wood, and I didn't really like that look. I also have another piece of dragon stone in the back, as well as another piece holding up that piece of wood. Now, when I first set this up, there was a larger variety of plants. I had some more, I think this was Monte Carlo, but there's barely any left, you can see. Also, whatever kind of plant that is over there, and some moss is growing in, and I had some nice aqua soil, so that's really cool. It also lowers the pH, because the main thing that's actually living in here are these crystal shrimp, and you can actually see that's not a dead shrimp, that's actually just shedding. I think that's what they call shedding, or the exoskeleton. But yeah, you can see one of the crystal shrimp. One of them is actually pregnant. Actually, I think that's the pregnant one. Hold up. I don't know if you can see its abdomen, but it's actually, I think that's the one with the eggs. That's really cool. And then we also have some green Cambodia, which is another plant. wildpetsupply.com. But I actually just put this in here just because it's really nice for fry. And the main reason is you can see its leaves are fan out and stuff, so it's good hiding spots. So I put that in there because, again, I really want to get some sort of fish for this tank. So some sort of nano one that's not aggressive towards shrimp. So that's really what I'm looking for. Now, you may notice a little coloration to the water. That's because I added some tannins. I used some alder cones, as well as a small little almond leaf on the top. And for filtration, this actually whole set came with filtration and the light, so you can see the light up there. This light's really cool for multiple reasons, because you can actually move it backwards and you can also move it forwards. So if you want different lighting in your tank, so let's say you want it brighter in the front or brighter in the back, it just looks really cool. You can also raise and lower it, so that's really awesome as well. And I also have some floating plants in here. I have Sylvinia, and I forgot the other one. It might be red root floater. Yeah, there's some floating plants in here. I'm trying to grow out more floating plants because I really like them. So yeah, this Rotala is growing really well. Last time I tried keeping Rotala, it didn't do the best, but I think it's doing really good in this tank and the environment. But I want to show you this little piece of moss. Well, I guess not little. It grew out into a huge bush, which is really cool. I don't think I've ever kept moss this well in my aquarium. So you can see that back there. And then there's some more Rotala. Let me try getting a better angle. Yeah, this is kind of hard. You can see another shrimp. A huge shout out to Flip Aquatics. I will drop his channel down below because he has some awesome shrimp, and he actually gave me these at the end of the Chicago Aquatic Experience. And what's cool about crystal shrimp is actually when they breed, they have a 1 in 20-ish chance of actually breeding a Taiwanese bee shrimp. And those shrimp are extremely fancy and extremely expensive. So hopefully I'll get one of those one day. Now, something that kind of is bad, I recently watched a video from Aqua Pros, and he actually has worms in his tank. And I commented, I have worms in my tank, because I do. They're disgusting. I don't know if you see them. I'll try getting a couple shots of them. Viewer discretion is advised, because these things are disgusting. So one way to get rid of them is to stop feeding your tank, and hopefully the inhabitants inside the tank will eat them. Because I don't really have any fish or any, I don't know, maybe some assassin snails could take them out. But because I don't have that many of them, their population is skyrocketed. So that's kind of bad. One thing I have considered keeping is actually assassin snails in this tank. Just maybe to get rid of all these bladder snails. Plus I really like the look of assassin snails, and I think they're really cool. Plus it will help with the soil and upturn it. Oh, there's a shrimp on the bottom over there. Yo, these crystal shrimp are amazing, oh my gosh. Yo, actually, make sure you follow my Instagram at challenge.thewild. I've been posting a lot of photos on that Instagram, and I think they've been really cool. Now, you may be wondering what I feed these guys. I feed them bottom feeder delight, but that's mainly for the snails and probably why the snail population has been so big. But one thing that I've also found, and what I got when I got my blue velvet shrimp, I got these pellets. Now, these pellets are called Snowball or Snowflake or something. I might try getting them and having them on the store. I think they're really cool. Now, I will show you what I mean by that. So, yeah. Oh, I didn't miss. I'm glad. So, let me show you what I mean. Like, you'll see. So it actually dissolves and shrivels up, and then small pieces will start falling off, and eventually a lot of this bowl will be like spread out with this flake. Let me just say the shrimp absolutely love it. So you can already see some falling off. I'm trying to get a good focus of this. I don't know if you can see it now, but it is expanding and it's swelling up, and there'll just be small flakes that fall off. And this is great for shrimp, especially when it's heavily populated, because it'll spread the food out so everyone in the tank will have access to it. So I really like that. It's just really cool. I'll have to find a link for that in the description, because it's just an amazing food. Oh my gosh. I need to get some more just for me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so again, I am looking for some sort of fish. So if anyone has any suggestions for a type of small nano fish, I'm not really looking to breed the fish. I just really want to have something in here that will look nice and will like the tank and not eat my shrimp. I actually considered putting Velvet the betta in here, but I don't think that'll be the best idea because he is a beta, and they are known to eat shrimp. Oh my gosh, you can see that. Oh yeah, guys, I also ordered some killifish eggs, so hopefully we will be hatching them and putting them in a different tank. They're known for eating shrimp. Yo, just look at these guys. Oh my goodness. There's so many snails in here. I wish I didn't have them in here, honestly. Like, no offense, I really like snails, but they bred so much in this tank. If you guys have any questions about this tank, feel free to drop them down below. Ooh, that was a lot of talking. So guys, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. There will be another cinematic at the end of this video. I don't think I mentioned how I got this tank. I actually got this tank from JBJ Aquatics at the Chicago Aquatic Experience. They actually had a huge, like, tank, I don't know, it's not like a convention. It's a workshop. And they're actually teaching us a lot about aquascaping. So recently my aquascapes have been a little better, if you've noticed, because I've learned how to, like, aquascape from a really good professional. I forgot his name. But I actually live streamed this. I think I might have already talked about this in the video. But yeah, that was really awesome. So shout out to them. I'll also be getting a lid for my saltwater tank pretty soon. I don't know when. Hopefully before January. I don't know. But yeah, I will catch you all in the flippy flop. See you all later. Make sure you check out everything in the description. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video, as well as check out wildpetsupply.com if you want to check out some of the bottom feeder delight, or if you want to get the shrimp bowl, or if you want to get a sponge filter. I don't know. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Do you miss me at all? Do you think about the things we used to do? No, you couldn't stand tall. So why didn't you call? So many years has gone by, but I think about you all the time. Looks like you're changing and all. Why didn't you